भी थोड़ा फेस्टिवल टाइम में थोड़ा बहुत रिवीजन वगैरह में डिफरेंस अगर आ भी रहा होगा, बट हल्का करते जाना है ना, क्योंकि नवंबर के बाद, नवंबर नहीं मतलब अभी ये लाइक मिड अक्टूबर के बाद से ही हम लोग प्रिपरेशन में आ ही गया, बाकी नवंबर स्टार्ट होते हैं सब फॉर्म में आ जाएंगे, है ना।
यस सर।
एंड आप लोग का परफॉर्मेंस ठीक चल रहा है, बाद बाकी रीजनिंग और मैथ्स का क्लासेस भी आप लोग सब कर रहे हैं ना। उसका डिस्कस कर लेंगे कि शायद करके मेटामॉर्फिज्म भी मोस्ट प्रोबेबली आपका कुछ और एक दो क्लासेस बचा हुआ है, सिलेबस हम लोग कवर कर रहे हैं और इसी क्रम में आज हम लोग स्ट्रैटिग्राफी स्टार्ट करेंगे, ठीक है। बिकॉज ये आप लोग थोड़ा रिलेट भी करते हुए जाना, क्योंकि वैसे तो स्ट्रैटिग्राफी से पैलेंटोलॉजी आगे करोगे तो फिर आपका रिलेशन ज्यादा पता चलेगा, बट पेट्रोलॉजी में भी कुछ कुछ टॉपिक्स ऐसे आएंगे, मिनरोलॉजी में कुछ टॉपिक्स ऐसे आएंगे जो कि आपको क्वेश्चंस में कभी कभी घुमा के देता है। तो ऐसा मैंने पहले भी आपको कहा था, इस बार भी कह रहा हूँ कि ऐसे जो क्लासेस में होंगे, जो नोट्स लिखाए जाएंगे, वो सब कुछ तो आप लोग नोट करते हुए जाना, बट जस्ट मेक अ प्रैक्टिस कि जो भी स्ट्रैटिग्राफी में आप लोग पढ़ते जाओगे, सीक्वेंस आप लोग करते हुए जाओगे, उसका बहुत ही अच्छे से डिटेल में एक सेपरेट कॉपी में नोट, जैसे मेट्रोलॉजी का आप लोग बना रहे हैं वैसे स्ट्रैटिग्राफी का, पैलेंटोलॉजी का, इसका भी एक सेपरेट नोट्स बनाते हुए जाना, जो कि आप रेगुलर डेज में, रेगुलर इंटरवल पे आप उसको पलट के देखते जाओगे, है ना। मतलब अगर सॉफ्ट कॉपीज में भी आप लोग रख रहे हो नोट्स सारा, तो भी इसको एक कॉपी में, हार्ड कॉपी में, पेन पेपर में लिख करके जरूर रखना सर, ठीक है। तो ये क्या होगा कि अभी जैसे क्लासेस हुआ, नेक्स्ट क्लास जब होगा तो उसके पहले आप उसको रिवाइज कर लोगे, और फिर वो धीरे धीरे बार बार उसको देखोगे तो हमेशा याद रहेगा, अलग से बैठ के याद करने का जरूरत नहीं। So let me introduce you to Ms. Yashna Verma. She is a faculty at Google, and she is also a research scholar and alumni from IIT Kharagpur. So she will be leading you with the stratigraphic topics. तो जैसा हमने सारे क्लासेस में भी कहा है, that just try and be interactive. जो भी कंफ्यूजन होता है वो आप पूछिए, है ना, इंटरेक्शन बनाइए। स्ट्रैटिग्राफी पैलेंटोलॉजी ऐसा टॉपिक है जो खास तौर पर आपको बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग बनाना जरूरी है ना, तभी आपको भी समझ में आएगा, पढ़ने वाले को और पढ़ाने वाले को दोनों को इंटरेस्ट, ठीक है। सो ओवर टू यू मिस याशना।
Thank you, Vishal. Let me know how many students are from GEM and how many belongs to GATE batch. Vishal, can you tell me the concrete number?
कॉन्क्रीट नंबर इट्स अराउंड 20-21, बट ठीक है, आप लोग हैंड रेज कर लीजिए अभी जितने लोग प्रेजेंट है। आई थिंक अराउंड 12 to 13 स्टूडेंट्स जो जैम के हैं, एंड सिमिलरली 15 से 17 स्टूडेंट्स गेट के। मीनवाइल
equal.
हाँ, जस्ट फॉर अ क्विक अपडेट वी कैन डू दिस। आई थिंक आप लोग जैम वाले लोग हैं जो हाथ उठा रहे हैं, सॉरी हाँ जैम वाले लोग हैं, एक बार फिर से आप लोग प्लीज जैम वाले लोग सारे लोग हाथ उठाइए।
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, 7 of them is I think present. Okay. And the gate one? Gate वाले लोग?
बाकी सारे gate.
ठीक है, 9 हाथ उठे पर 11 more students.
हाँ, लगभग सेम। Okay.
हाँ.
ठीक है. Anyways, nice to see such a large number. I have been previous batch mein I have taught micropaleontology. I am stratigraphy this time I have started. So let me know if you face any problem or समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, सिंक नहीं हो रही है या चीजें जो जैसे भी होता है तो अपडेट करना। Okay, so today's class is very basic. Most of you already know what I'm going to teach you, but it's just basic recap so that next class will be a good build up, good start for the stratigraphy. Today's class is very basic. Are you able to see my presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And the pointer, the pen?
No, ma'am.
No. I'm writing anything you are not seeing?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. आप लोग के क्या क्या सब्जेक्ट अभी कवर हो गए हैं?
मैम मिनरोलॉजी, मेटामॉर्फिक। मैम मेटामॉर्फिक लगभग कंप्लीट होने वाला है और आज ये स्टार्ट हो रहा है। क्रिस्टलोग्राफी थोड़ा सा हुआ था बस, और इग्नेस 1 या 2 क्लास हुआ था शायद, 1-2 क्लास हुआ है बस।
Can you see it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, the pen is visible. Like, I am writing something. Can you see it? Like, are you able to see it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
है ना? Vishal, can you confirm it because
Yes, it is. It is very much clear. Our pen भी आ रहा और ये page भी आ रहा.
okay, fine. So, okay, can anybody tell me what is stratigraphy? At least guess it. Some of them are master students, so they must know about it. Ma'am, stratigraphy is the study of layer of earth, layer of rocks. Or sequence of arrangement of layered rocks. Yeah, it just basically made up of two words, strata plus graphy. Okay. So it is a study of sequential arrangement of layered rock. Okay. Study of sequential arrangement. Okay. Basically, we are studying about the, as like most of Earth is composed of sedimentary rocks, so we are studying the strata based on the time at which they have been deposited or they have formed. So individual strata deposited at a particular time frame. So we are studying layered rock according to the time of formation. So stratigraphy deals with the layered rock study. Okay. So what is stratigraphic unit? Stratigraphic unit is basically strata that we use to classify the rock successions. Like the smallest unit or the smallest strata that we use to classify the rocks. What is strata? Strata is basically layered rock या फिर a sheet of rock that has been distinguished. Suppose a sheet of rock from the overlying layer and underlying layer on the basis of lithology, mineralogy, fossil content, chemical composition, and physical properties and age and other properties. So strata is basically a distinctive unit that has been separated on the basis of lithology, mineralogy, fossil content, chemical composition, physical properties, and other properties of the rock. What is stratotype? Okay, these are like very basic terms which you will face frequently when we will go further move ahead in the class. So I'm just it's just a recap for you, like it's just a so like this is a very basic things, you must have already known this. So stratotype is basically क्या है? It's an standard. So stratotype is defined either, okay, suppose if this is the layer, it has been defined. So these are the strata and this is the boundary. Sometimes boundaries are regular or sometimes it is like erosional. What we call it erosional boundaries? What is the term we use for the erosional boundaries? Unconformity. Conformity. So stratotype is basically a standard, or we can say it's an original designation that we use for the geological units or for the boundary types. Okay, so for a strata or for the boundary, the original unit deposited at that time, we call it as a stratotype. Okay, what is GSSP? GSSP is an abbreviation. Can anybody name what is the like full form of GSSP? Is there anyone who know? Global Boundary Stereotype System. So GSSP is basically global boundary stratotype section. So okay, it's an it is basically a reference section for a particular boundary type. Suppose when we will move in the like suppose in the Cretaceous time, there are like many stages: Aptian, Albian, Turonian. So for a particular boundary type, there is a well-defined GSSP, which is like defined by the International Commission on Stratigraphy. Okay, GSSP जो होता है, it is mostly based on the paleontological changes, maybe some fossil content or like some faunal content. So it's basically based on the paleontological content, but it's not like true. Not always. Mostly it is based on the true. Mostly it is based on the paleontological content, but sometimes it's based on the like paleoclimate aspects or other things also. So GSSP is basically a reference section for a particular boundary. Okay, it is defined by the International Commission on Stratigraphy. So stratotype जो है, it is of two types: unit stratotypes and boundary stratotype. Boundary stratotypes क्या है? A type locality for a particular boundary reference point. If we are defining the boundary, a reference point for a boundary, it's a boundary stratotypes. And for the like for stratigraphic unit, it is called as a unit stratotype. Type locality क्या है? The place or the geographical area where this reference section या फिर GSSP या फिर stratotype is present, which it is called as a type locality. जेम वाले लोगों के लिए थोड़ा जल्दी हो रहा है क्या? No ma'am. Why do we study the stratigraphy? मतलब जरूरत क्या है पढ़ने की?
between the different lithological.
जैम गेट होगा इसके अलावा?
इकोनॉमिक मैनेजमेंट.
क्या?
इकोनॉमिक मैनेजमेंट.
और
पर्टिकुलर डिपोजिशन टाइम बताते कि किसी भी स्ट्रैटा का.
they are studying basically for the correlation of rock type deposited in the different area. Suppose एक कोई outcrop है, suppose this is a place M, place Q and place P. Okay. So at this outcrop we are getting 4 like stratigraphic unit A, B, C, D. Like या फिर sandstone, conglomerate, you can say it like this, conglomerate, shale or something like black shale. Somebody has joined. So it is like that. And at M place we are getting 4 units A, B, C, D. But for Q place we are not getting D. So we can correlate like we can tell that after C what will be the deposition. We can correlate those rock units because these are deposited at the same time. A will be deposited at place M and Q in the same time. And similarly, we can tell about the P, what will be the earlier deposition, what will be the later deposition, and we can tell about the ages of E, D, and E based on correlation. So correlating the rock unit based on the geological time, and the correlation it could be based on either based on a lithology basis or based on the fossil content like flora, fauna, and the fossil content basis, or based on the time or age constraint basis. So it could be a lithocorrelation based on the lithological characteristics. Biocorrelation, it could corresponding to the two geological unit on the basis of similar flora and fauna. Chronocorrelation is corresponds to the similar ages or chronostratigraphy. What is homotaxial? Homotaxial means homo means similar, taxis means some characteristics. Like two strata, they either have the like similar type of fossils or similar type of lithologies, but not the deposited at the same time. Time should be different. If the time is similar, then it is called as a chronotaxial. If they are deposited at the equivalent age. So in the homotaxial, separate succession of strata of a comparable composition or of a included fossils. Chronotaxial is basically based on the age. Lithocorrelation, it could be done by the many ways. Some geophysical log, SP log, restivity log, like different logs are used to tell the different lithologies. Like individual log has a characteristic for a particular lithology type or so now we will see the terms related to the stratigraphic classification. ये समझ आया? What is stratigraphic correlation? Okay, chrono term is related to the time or age. Chrono is basically age. So two rock unit, suppose it is of Miocene age, and some like एक सक्सेशन है जो हमारा यूरोप में डिपॉजिट हो रहा है, lineage का another succession है. It is of deposited in the Miocene age, but it is in the America. So we will correlate them based on the, we will call it as a chronotaxial. They are of same age. Okay. And what would be the homotaxial? Like the age might be different, matlab like the age might be different, but they do have a similar kind of, like either they have a lithological similarities or fossil similarities. So we call it as a homotaxial. Matlab they are deposited at the same stages in the Earth evolutionary history. Okay. बहुत messed up हो रही है क्या slide? Anyway, you can prepare your own notes, or I will like get this PPT also, but it would be nice if you will prepare your own notes. So there are like multiple criteria to classify the stratigraphic units. So one classification is based on the lithology. We call it as a lithostratigraphic classification. Another classification is the biostratigraphy. Biostratigraphic classification is based on the fossil content or the flora fauna basis. Lithostratigraphic classification is based on the lithology. Like what will be the texture, what will be the like structure, what will be the mineral composition of the overlying and underlying rocks. So these all we study under the lithostratigraphy. Okay, chronostratigraphic classification, it is based on the time, at the time of deposition. Okay, and geochronological unit is the, it is equivalent to the like chronostratigraphic classification, but we will see it later. उसके बाद ये कुछ टर्म है, sometimes they do ask in Japan what it is. So lithostratigraphic unit क्या होता है? They just follow the law of superposition. What is the law of superposition?
older rock bottom में रहेगा, top में younger rock.
Yeah, older rock is always at the bottom and younger rock at the top in the deposition. If there is no deformation or such thing. So lithostratigraphic units follow the law of superposition. These are based on the lithic characteristics or the lithostratigraphic position. What is lithodemic unit? These are basically metamorphosed rock. It is defined for the metamorphosed rock or intrusive rock or highly deformed rock. They do not follow the zoom करना होगा. एक second, take me time.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Lithodemic unit are prominently defined for the intrusive rock or highly metamorphosed rock or deformed rock. Okay, they do not follow the law of superposition. Magnetopolarity unit identified on the basis of the magnetic property of a magnetic polarity. Biostratigraphic unit defined on the basis of the fossil content. Pedostratigraphy, pedoterm is basically related to the soil horizon. So these are basically, earlier they have been classified into the lithostratigraphic unit, but based on the different type of soil content, they are classified as a pedostratigraphic unit. Allostratigraphic unit क्या होता है? These are mappable stratiform on the basis of the bounding discontinuities. Chronostratigraphic unit based on the same time of deposition, classified on the basis of a time of deposition. Polarity chronostratigraphic unit have some magnetic properties and deposited in the same time. So these are like few terms. Geochronological unit is time distinguished on the basis of rock record as expressed by the chronostratigraphic unit. मतलब like rock unit deposited with the same time. Okay, ये सब आप देख लेना एक बारी. So majorly क्या है? Major जो classification है वो 4 classification है. Lithostratigraphic unit based on the lithological properties. Biostratigraphic units based on the fossil content or based on the biozones. Chronostratigraphic unit is called as a rock unit, rock and time in relation to each other. And chronological unit is the only time unit. Okay. So chronostratigraphic unit is a time and rock unit and chronological unit is a time unit. ये जैम वालों को पूछ लेता है. So in the lithostratigraph bed, maximum rank in the lithostratigraphic classification and bed क्या है? Just unit भी smallest one है. और formation, what is formation क्या है? Fundamental unit है. Yeah. Bed क्या है? Fundamental unit in the lithostratigraphic classification. So multiple groups, when multiple groups combine, they form the supergroups. In similar way, multiple formation combines to form the group. Members combines to form the formation and bed combines to form the members. Supergroup is higher in the rank to group, like group से higher rank है, and it is like mutually related groups form the supergroups. Broadest unit है ये, spread over the larger area than the group. Group क्या है? Higher in rank to the formation से higher rank है. It is also spread over the larger area. And formation क्या है? Formation is the fundamental unit and it's a mappable lithological unit. Mappable on an intermediate scale 1:50,000. 1 unit on map is equal to the 50,000 on the ground. So formation, these are like class practice of this formation are that these are separate. They have the dominant lithology separated from one another based on their lithological content. Member क्या है? Rank in above to the bed and below the formation, like formation और bed के बीच का है ये. And bed क्या है? Smallest unit है. Easily differentiable from the overlying and underlying sheet, but still it is smaller. Few millimeter to the few meter in thickness. So geochronological units are this. ये समझ आया? Like rock units के को कैसे डिवाइड किया गया है? सुपर ग्रुप, ग्रुप फॉर्मेशन, मेंबर और बेड. These are 5. Supergroup is the largest one. Bed is the smallest one. Formation is the fundamental unit and mappable unit also. Multiple group combine to form the supergroup. Multiple formation combines to group. Members combine to form the formation. Bed combine to form the. Each unit is separable from each other. Like bed still is a smallest unit, but it is distinguishes from the overlying and underlying rock on the basis of the lithological characteristic like color, texture, what is the lithological composition, mineral content. Okay. Are you guys there?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so geochronological unit and chronological unit and chronostratigraphic unit. Chrono term is basically we use for the time, and when chrono and stratigraphic all came together, we use it for a time rock unit. So in the chronological unit, they have further classified as a eon, era, peak. ये दिख रहा है क्या? या नहीं दिख रहा है?
थोड़ा ब्लर है मैम.
थोड़ा ब्लर है. ओके, वो आगे क्लियर हो जाएगा, बट अभी काम भर का दिख रहा है ना. Okay, time units are further classified into the eon, era, period, epoch, and age. And chronostratigraphic unit and the time rock unit, it is further classified as the eonadam, eradam, system, series, or chronozones. The eonadam, era is equivalent to eradam, periods is equivalent to system, epoch is equivalent to series, age is equivalent to stage, chron is equivalent to the chronozone. ये पूछता है, chronozone is equivalent to the biozone in the biostratigraphic unit, and in the lithostratigraphic unit, series equivalent to member, it's like group, supergroup, supergroup, and then group, then formation member, stage will be equivalent to the bed. ये होगा आयो ये क्रोनो स्ट्रेटिग्राफी and it is chrono. Biozones are defined on the basis of fossil content. Lithostratigraphic unit is based on the lithology of the rock. So eon is equivalent to eon is ionadam, and in the lithostratigraphic unit it is equivalent to the supergroup. Era is equivalent to the eradam. In lithostratigraphic unit it is equivalent to group. Period is equivalent to system in time rock unit, and or like system is equivalent to the formation in the lithostratigraphic unit. Epoch is equivalent to series. Series equivalent to the member in the lithostratigraphic unit. Age is equivalent to stage. Stage is equivalent to the bed in the lithostratigraphic units. Chron is equivalent to the chron is the smallest unit in the time unit, and chronozone is the equivalent unit in the time rock unit. Biozones are equivalent to the chronozones in the biostratigraphic unit, and biozones or like biozones, chronozones or chron are equivalent to the bed in the lithostratigraphic unit. It is clear?
मैम स्टेज और क्रोमोसोम दोनों बेड में आ जाएगा?
स्टेज एंड क्रोनोसोम दोनों बेड में आता है।
दोनों मतलब लिथो का इक्विवेलेंट होगा, लिथो में बेड के इक्विवेलेंट होगा। This is just a question actually.
Age is equivalent to stage, okay, and chron is equivalent to chronozone.
No, मैम मैं क्या बोल रहा था कि स्टेज
स्मॉलेस्ट यूनिट जो होगा वो इक्विवेलेंट होगा बेड के।
स्टेज और क्रोमोसोम दोनों इक्विवेलेंट बेड होता है क्या?
हाँ।
Thank you.
I will check this also. Okay. I'll get it written somewhere. Okay, biostratigraphy like अभी स्टार्ट करना है या फिर नेक्स्ट क्लास में, मतलब ज्यादा हो जाएगा आज के लिए या फिर छोड़ दे biostratigraphic unit? Okay, I'll do just summary. Biostratigraphic there are principal 5 biozones, okay, or you can say zone also: range zone, interval zone, lineage zone, assemblage zone, and abundance zone. Biostratigraphy is defined on the basis of the biozones. Biozones are defined on the basis of the fossil content or taxon. Okay. Individual taxon, we call it as a specific fossil. Content is the characteristic of a particular type of biozone. So we will see what is range zone, interval zone, lineage zone, assemblage zone and abundance zone. रेंज जोन में आता है, सबसे पहले आता है
और वो जो लड़की उन लोग के साथ थी वो उन लोग की वो आपके आप फ्रेंड थी क्या? वो जूनियर थी।